Hey everybody, Krishna with a couple of tips to help you level up your digital art game. This time we're going to take a look at typography within Photoshop. Just a quick rundown of some tricks and tips that can help you out if you're using Photoshop to go ahead and lay out your typography for an illustration. So let's start off with the first tip here. So I'm going to go ahead and take my existing text. Let me just hide everything that I have right now. And what I'd like to be able to do is I'd like to be able to create a stroke and kind of some space between the stroke and the text here. So what I can do is I can hit the Command key or Control on Windows and select the text layer itself, and you'll see that there's some marching ants appear around the text. I'm going to go up to Select, Modify, Expand, and I'll type in 25 pixels, and what that'll do is it'll expand the selection 25 pixels for the text. Next, I'll make a new layer underneath, and I'll pick a color. Let me open up my color panel, pick yellow, and so now I've got the text and I've got the yellow background behind it. What I can do now is I can choose FX, choose stroke, and I can have the stroke set to outside, center, or inside, depending upon what you want, and you can change the size of that stroke accordingly. So that's the first tip. Next tip here is involving playing with the appearance of your text. So for that, I'll go ahead and go back to the type tool, and I'll pick this werewolf type font. And I'll have a link to the places where I've downloaded these fonts so that you can download them and try them out too. So now that I've got this werewolf text here, what I can do with that is I can go up to the type menu, and there's an option here called warp text. And there are many different warps that you can choose from here. What I'll do is I'll choose arch, and I can change the arch of that, and I can also change the horizontal or vertical distortion. You got to do this within taste, of course, but you can have some fun manipulating text in a way that creates something weird and interesting. The third tip involves dealing with text that has an outline. What if you want to add some color to this text? How do you deal with that? It's not super obvious. You could go ahead and use the magic wand tool and make selections around every single bit of text, and that's certainly one way that you can do it. What I prefer to do instead is to make a new layer underneath my existing text, and I'm going to use the magic wand tool to select everything outside of the text. Then I will hold down Shift, Command I to inverse the selection. I'll fill in the color, and I have my text blocked out. Now here's where you can use the magic wand tool. I'm going to hold down the Shift key with the magic wand tool and select the raised portions of these letters, and I'll hit Command J, Command U, and I can dial in a specific color value. So you can have some fun with typography in Photoshop. These are a few quick tips that I think will get you started. If you have any questions about what I've done here, or if you have any other tips or techniques with type that you've been playing with, please let me know in the comments below. And again, I'll have links to the typography sites where I grab these fonts from. The short and long of it is that fonts are sometimes available as pay fonts, sometimes they're free fonts. You just have to check with the proprietor of that particular font. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button. As always, thanks for watching.